Hello, it's Paul from Balance Your Life. Welcome to another episode of Secrets of the Sages. Today we will join Sophia as she navigates the feelings of being overwhelmed and stressed. Sophia felt like she was carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. Work deadlines loomed, her family life was demanding, and a constant feeling of anxiety ran through her mind. Every task and problem seemed overwhelming and there was no end in sight. Each day brought with it more problems. Part of her after-work routine was stopping over at her favorite coffee shop on her way home. Today, as Sophia was sitting down enjoying her hot coffee, the front door of the coffee shop opened, and an older woman, Ilara, with eyes that held the wisdom of ancient forests, walked in. Her gaze was filled with a deep tranquility. It suddenly rested upon Sophia. It was almost like she had been sent to find her. "May I take a seat at your table, young lady?" Sophia glanced up quickly, looking a little surprised. "Sure," and continued to drink her coffee. Ilara sat down, placing a leather satchel beside her. Its brown surface was well worn and one could sense that it contained a number of mysteries. At first Sophia felt a little strange, as she had never seen Ilara before. But something about her kind eyes put Sophia at ease. Ilara ordered some coffee and started speaking to Sophia. "The weight of the world seems to rest heavily upon your shoulders," said Ilara. Sophia hesitated, then released a heavy sigh, loaded with the weariness of an exhausted traveler. "It feels a little weird speaking to a total stranger, but I feel like I'm drowning in a sea of deadlines and family drama. Every problem feels like a monstrous mountain, and I can't seem to find a single path forward." Ilara listened intently, with a knowing smile playing on her lips. "I've navigated similar paths myself, and it's easy to become buried beneath the mountains we carry." "Mountains?" thought Sophia, "what does she mean?" Ilara reached into her satchel, retrieving a smooth, polished stone. Carved upon its surface was a lone figure facing a range of towering peaks. An earthly light seemed to radiate from this image. "A souvenir from my travels," she said. It was a gift from a wise hermit residing high in the Himalayas. He called it the Climber. "The Climber?" asked Sophia with a little confusion in her voice. "Yes," said Ilara. "This stone reminds me of the comforting words that the wise man shared with me." At that moment Ilara's eyes began to fill with a misty gaze. The hermit spoke of a truth often forgotten in our modern world. "I will never forget his words. These mountains you carry," he said, "were meant to be climbed, not carried." Sophia stared at the strange stone. The inscription seemed to burn itself into her memory. A flicker of understanding started to dawn in her eyes. Ilara continued speaking, "We burden ourselves with challenges, believing them to be our everlasting companions. Yet, difficulties are meant to be conquered, not carried as a weight upon our souls. But how do I release this burden? How do I lighten the load?" Ilara smiled gently, a deep warmth radiating from within her. "One step at a time. Examine your mountains. Are there any burdens you can hand over to someone else or seek help with? Perhaps some of these challenges can be broken down into smaller, more manageable climbs?" Sophia pondered this, and a spark of hope ignited within her. This wasn't a magical solution, but a shift in perspective, a new lens through which to view her struggles. Ilara reached out and placed a hand on Sophia's. Her touch was warm and trusting. "You are stronger than you believe, dear Sophia. Remember, you don't have to conquer these mountains alone." With a final mysterious smile, Ilara rose from the table and exited from the coffee shop, leaving Sophia with the strange stone, clutched in her hand. That afternoon at the coffee shop marked a turning point. Sophia began to approach her problems not as burdens to carry, but as mountains to climb. It wasn't easy, but with each step, the weight lessened. Life is a journey of climbs, not burdens. Some mountains will be more challenging than others, but the view from the summit is always worth the effort. The road ahead might still have mountains, but with Sophia's new insight, life started feeling a great deal lighter. Wherever Sophia goes, she keeps the stone in her pocket as a reminder of her new understanding on how to overcome challenges in life. Thank you for joining me. See you soon.